Cats get a reputation for being distant, self-centered, or untamed. But the truth is, they're quietly selective. They only open their hearts to those they truly trust. And some of their gestures? So understated, you could live with them for years and never realize the depth of the compliment being offered. Tonight, we're exploring 10 secret ways cats say, "You matter to me." Stick around. Number 10 is unlike anything you've seen. 1. The silence that speaks. When a cat chooses to sit beside you without asking for anything, something important is happening beneath the surface. No meows, no nudges, no demands, just presence. In the feline world, silence is never empty, it's intentional. Cats are wired to stay alert, especially when they're close to another being. Remaining quiet near you means they feel no need to defend themselves, no need to monitor danger. They are relaxed enough to simply exist in the same space. In the wild, silence equals vulnerability. A distracted or relaxed cat is a cat taking a risk. So when yours settles beside you calmly, they're placing that risk in your hands. It's a quiet declaration of trust that doesn't seek attention or reward. They aren't there for food, warmth, or stimulation. They're there because your presence feels safe. Many people miss this moment because it doesn't look dramatic. But this is one of the deepest compliments a cat can give. I don't need to protect myself around you. And that level of trust is never given lightly. 2. The interrupted groom. Grooming is one of the most vulnerable activities a cat can engage in. When they clean themselves, their senses are partially distracted, their posture exposed. So when your cat pauses mid-groom to glance at you, even for a second, it carries meaning. That brief interruption isn't accidental. It's awareness combined with comfort. By acknowledging you during grooming, your cat is signaling that your presence doesn't register as a threat. You're not something they need to monitor closely. In fact, you're familiar enough to be acknowledged without anxiety. It's similar to pausing mid-task to check in with someone you trust, not because you're worried, but because they matter. Sometimes the look is soft, sometimes brief, but it's a quiet social gesture that says, "You're part of my environment." Cats don't offer that kind of acknowledgement freely, and if your cat resumes grooming calmly afterward, it means your presence didn't disrupt their sense of safety, it reinforced it. 3. When they groom you. When a cat grooms you, they're crossing an invisible boundary reserved only for family. In feline social groups, grooming isn't about cleanliness, it's about bonding. It's how cats reinforce connection, trust, and belonging. So when your cat licks your hand, arm, or forehead, they aren't acting randomly, they're including you. This behavior is especially meaningful because cats are highly selective about physical interaction. Grooming transfers scent, and scent equals identity in the feline world. By grooming you, your cat is subtly mixing you into their social scent group, a way of saying, "You're one of us." Many humans dismiss this as quirky or even annoying, but from a cat's perspective, it's intimate. It means they feel emotionally close enough to take care of you, even if that care looks unusual. It's not about affection in a human sense, it's about acceptance. And once a cat accepts you at that level, the bond tends to run deep and long-lasting. 4. The strategic blink. The slow blink is often talked about, but rarely fully understood. For a cat, eye contact is powerful. Staring can signal threat, dominance, or challenge. That's why relaxed blinking in someone's presence is a deliberate choice. When your cat slowly closes and opens their eyes while looking at you, they're communicating peace. This behavior means your cat has mentally categorized you as safe. They don't feel the need to stay visually alert. In essence, they're saying, "I trust this moment." When you return the slow blink, you're speaking their language, confirming mutual trust. What makes this a compliment is the risk involved. A cat that blinks slowly is briefly lowering its guard. Doing so in front of you means they believe nothing bad will happen in that instant. Over time, repeated slow blinks deepen familiarity and emotional security. It's not a trick. It's a conversation, and one rooted in respect. 5. Sleeping near but not on you. When a cat sleeps on you, trust is obvious. But when they choose to sleep near you, close but not touching, the message is more nuanced. This positioning reflects emotional safety without dependency. Your cat feels protected by your presence, but doesn't need constant physical reassurance. This choice shows confidence. They're comfortable enough to rest deeply, yet independent enough to maintain their own space. In feline behavior, that balance is rare. It means they see you as a stable part of their environment, someone whose presence enhances safety without pressure. Sleeping nearby also allows them to monitor you subtly, reinforcing a quiet bond. They aren't claiming you, they're choosing you, and that distinction matters. It reflects trust that is calm, secure, and deeply rooted, not clingy or anxious. For an independent animal, that's one of the highest forms of connection. 6. Following you without asking. If your cat follows you silently from room to room without demanding attention, food, or play, they're engaging in quiet companionship. This isn't curiosity, it's alignment. Your cat is choosing to share your movement through space, staying aware of where you are and where you're going. In social feline groups, this behavior reflects protective awareness. They're checking environments, observing transitions, and maintaining proximity. Not because they need something, but because they want to stay connected. This kind of following shows emotional attunement rather than dependence. If you pause and your cat pauses too, that synchronization reflects trust and familiarity. It means they're tuned into your rhythm. Cats don't mirror behavior casually. When they do, it's a sign of bonding at a behavioral level. Shared space, shared timing, shared awareness. 7. Turning their back to you. A cat turning their back on you is not indifference, it's exposure. In nature, showing one's back removes visual control of potential danger. Doing this near you means your cat believes you'll alert them or protect them if something goes wrong. This behavior reflects confidence in your role within their environment. They don't feel the need to monitor you. They trust your presence completely. It's a powerful signal that often goes unnoticed because it looks passive. But emotionally, it's anything but. Turning away is a silent statement of safety. It says, "I don't need to watch you." And in the feline world, that's a compliment earned only through consistency and calm trust. 8. The exposed belly with restraint. When a cat shows their belly, it's a display of vulnerability, not an invitation. The belly houses vital organs, and exposing it is risky. Cats do this only when they feel deeply secure. What matters most is how you respond. If you resist the urge to touch and simply observe, your cat registers that restraint. Respecting the moment strengthens the bond far more than physical contact would. You're proving that you understand boundaries. This teaches your cat that safety with you is emotional, not just physical. And that understanding deepens trust. The compliment here isn't the belly itself, it's what happens when you honor it. 9. The emotional mirror. Cats are highly sensitive to emotional shifts. When bonded, they don't just observe your emotions, they reflect them. Calm energy produces calm behavior. Stress produces restlessness. But the deepest compliment appears when your cat tries to change your emotional state. Purring near you when you're sad, sitting closer when you're anxious, these are intentional responses. Your cat isn't reacting randomly, they're engaging. This emotional attunement shows psychological bonding. It means your internal state matters to them. They're not just sharing space, they're sharing emotional awareness. And that level of connection is rare, even among humans. 10. The missing you routine. Some cats don't greet you loudly when you return. Instead, they leave subtle signs. A toy placed nearby, a disturbed sleeping spot, a quiet sound before walking away. These behaviors reveal anticipation without insecurity. Your cat trusted that you would return. They waited without anxiety. That confidence reflects deep emotional stability in the bond. This is the highest compliment a cat can offer. Trust over time, not desperation, not attachment, just quiet certainty. And when a cat trusts your return, they've already chosen you for life.